Hi, we're back at Realcomm Live 2026 Realcomm IBCon San Diego. Joining me on stage is Pat Ghilani, CEO of MRI Software. Pat, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine,
Great.
thank you. We just wrapped up the general session, kicking off the 2026 conference. Some really good speakers, great presentations. What do you think? I mean, all roads lead to AI, right? All paths to AI. AI is, I don't know if somebody were to count the number of times AI was mentioned in this conference and all of the sessions. I'm not sure. I think that would lose count. What is your general sense? What is your vibe in the industry at this point around AI in that conversation?
So, I mean, it couldn't be more exciting. I don't think it hasn't been since we started saying .com.
Right.
Remember how often we said that?
Right.
So it's kind of the next rite of passage for technology, and clearly it's not a subject you can avoid, because my take on it is, people are separating AI versus SaaS and AI versus other things, and no, this is technology.
Right.
And this is just the next evolution of solving business problems with technology, and it's exciting. And you can see it out there on the floor too.
Everyone is there. There are so many. I think they're getting so overwhelmed.
Yes.
Because there's so many solutions and so many evolutions coming from so many different sides,
For
right?
sure.
So it's coming from different directions and it's going in different directions. And it's not just the real estate industry, it's every industry.
Yeah.
And it's not just industry and business, it's everything. It's personal, it's business,
Sure.
it's across the board. Our theme, we really took some time this year to evaluate what should the theme be? What does 2026 look like? And for us, it was very clear reset was the general theme. And we felt like that it was appropriate and really hit on a lot of the things going on at the time. What do you think about the reset theme? Do you think it resonates with the industry? Do you think it resonates with MRI software clients? What are your thoughts on the theme that we've chosen for this year?
Look, I think it's perfect. Like I said, there's a few times, over the course of 100 years where there's a monumental shift. I think the gentleman on stage this morning talked about electricity, right? Going from candles to electricity.
Right.
In our lifetime, we've seen going from mainframe to DOS and Windows and web and client server and SaaS. This is a major release. And so when you think about reset, it's a reset, but I think that what we need to quell is the panic, because you don't have to burn down an old house just because you're using electricity.
Right.
And I think there's a little bit too much panic and angst, and not enough, hey, this is great. This is a great new utility, if you will. Right. And enjoy the ride. I think it's moving fast, clearly. But I do think, and again, I forget the individual who said it this morning, I think it will actually begin to be a more steady wave versus this cyclone hitting us.
Right.
And right now we're in cyclone.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to the steady wave, but reset, absolutely, and it makes total sense. We're doing in our business, in our organizational structure, how we do our work, where we do our work. We're not necessarily changing our mission. We're just using the new technologies to get there better, to get there faster.
Right. What are you hearing? I know you talk to clients a lot. You are out there, you are having conversations. What are you hearing from them are their biggest concerns? I know they're overwhelmed, there's a lot hitting them, but what are their basic concerns about this fast-paced adoption of AI?
Sure. So that's the one thing that we're seeing, why I'm calling it this cyclone. Everybody's definition of what they need and what they want out of AI is still pretty variable, right? It's not a one size fits all. Not everybody's picking the same trip.
Right.
Some people want cost efficiencies. Some people want headcount reductions, which are cost efficiencies. Some people want a better process. But the biggest concern needs to be the basics: security, deterministic answers, and workflows that work for a business. Now, I'm a little biased, being a company that provides those three.
Right.
The foundation of what AI needs is even more important than in the historic world. So I think the trepidations are, I want something cool, I want something fast, I want to add value, I want to differentiate, but I need it to be safe, I need it to be deterministic, and answering all those things. Look, you could get the smartest person on the planet to sit here and answer the questions. We don't really know what the next 5 years will look like. And that's what's fun about it.
Right.
We're going to Mars. We don't know how we're going to get there yet.
Right. Is there anything in particular that concerns you, or is there anything that keeps you up at night with everything that's going on?
Oh, no, honestly, I think the two things that keep me up at night is, number one, as a software company, I have two responsibilities. I have a responsibility to look at how I'm going to use AI to differentiate and manage my business. And then, being a seller of software solutions, I have to do it for the 45,000 clients that I serve. So it's quite a responsibility, as any leader of a company is, but in a time where people want definitive answers that aren't available. Right? So I think it's balancing those two things that keep me up. But the excitement and what we're doing and what other companies are doing on the floor here far outweighs the risks.
Well, and it's so, and people say this, and maybe it's an overused term, transformative.
Yes.
But I don't think that anything has come down the pipe, maybe the internet,
Right.
that has come down the channel so quickly and so impactfully, significantly, like this AI revolution.
But I love it for prop tech. Jim this morning said, he said, look, let's be honest, our vertical here of prop tech has not been on the bleeding edge of adoption. It's really exciting because maybe this is the secret pixie dust that's going to make our vertical the vertical that wins.
Right. Well, and I think it's interesting, and I think it's also a step in the right direction that we're admitting that we don't know everything about it.
Sure.
That we don't have all the answers. That we're admitting to ourselves and to our clients that we're figuring this out as we go along, and we're figuring it out together. And I think that's also transformative.
For sure.
And I think that really sends a message that maybe might be a calming and settling effect.
Exactly. I think even this time next year, and hopefully we'll get a chance to regroup, I think we will see a more peaceful understanding of where we are, what we know. We certainly won't know all the answers, but I do think there will be much more of a calm.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, it was great talking to you. I think we're out of time. About a minute. Any other last thoughts? Anything that you think might be coming down the pike in the next 12 months or so? I mean, it's happening so fast, so everything's changing every 30 days. You know.
No, look. So reset. I said, we as a company are resetting how we're doing things, our structure. We've made some organizational changes so that we can actually invest more. But in doing so, we're delivering new products and faster products than we've ever done before. And I think that's what the industry needs.
Right.
And when I look out there and I see all these new folks, these are more people for us to connect to. These are more companies to make prop tech the innovation leader.
Right.
So we're excited, and look, we've been here for 55 years, and there's no storm that's going to keep us down.
Right. Well, we appreciate your support and your active participation. MRI has just been an incredible industry partner, and we appreciate all that you do and your contributions across the board. So thank you for being here with me. It was a great conversation, as usual.
And I appreciate you, as always, and the whole organization.
Thank you.
This is one of my favorite places to be during the year.
Thank you. Well, we greatly appreciate that.
Thanks,
well, Pat,
Lisa.
great to chat
much.
with you.
Appreciate
it. And I'm sure that I will see you going through the rest of the day and through tomorrow.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.